Waraynon Unified and Liberal Laborers. We chose this name for our institution to give justice to the workers of Catbalogan that have been victims of all kinds of favoritism. Our aim is to give equality in the access for jobs and fair worker treatment for all class of socioeconomic workers. We chose to establish this non-state institution in order to fight all forms of favoritism across all of the fields in the workforce of Catbalogan City. Our mission: to promote equal treatment for all job applicants and workers, regardless of socioeconomic status, and to start the movement against favoritism, and to let the workers' skills and qualifications be the sole basis for applicant acceptance and worker promotions. Our vision: we envision a future for Catbalogan where workers are treated equally and with justice, where the credit is given where it is due, to eradicate socioeconomic discrimination in our workforces.
Definition of terms. According to the Oxford Dictionary, favoritism is the practice of giving unfair preferential treatment to one person or group at the expense of another. And unfortunately, favoritism is a social issue that still exists in our society today. And so, we will help those who have fallen victim to this unfair treatment. There are two kinds of favoritism that we will fight in this institution: cronyism and nepotism. Nepotism is a form of favoritism given to relatives and friends in a variety of fields, including business, politics, entertainment, sports and fitness, religion, and other activities. Cronyism refers to a form of favoritism that is expressed in the awarding of jobs and other benefits to friends or trusted colleagues, particularly in politics and in various workplaces.
We chose to establish our non-state institution to pursue equality in all areas of our workforce in Catbalogan. Equality in a sense that workers are not judged and appointed based on their socio-economic status, nor their personal ties and connections, which shows a complex sociological perspective between the less fortunate and the most fortunate of our society, wherein both of these groups compete to control the resources that comes with being in the higher socio-economic class. Our institution has observed that this favoritism, in all of its forms, is a serious social issue that must be resolved. According to the Civil Service Commission or CSC of the Philippines, nepotism is a form of corruption or abuse of authority that violates Article 10B, Section 12.2 of the 1987 Philippine Constitution, which states, "Appointments in the civil service shall be made only according to merit and fitness to be determined, as far as practicable, and except to positions which are policy determining, primarily confidential, or highly technical by competitive examination." Favoritism is expressed in two manners in our society, through nepotism and cronyism. This unfair treatments due to personal ties and connections usually benefits only those who are in the higher socioeconomic class. Thus, the workers and job applicants who came from the lower class of our society is rid of the opportunity to cherish equal treatment. And since there are insufficient initiatives imposed by the government to tackle these issues, our institution will be in the forefront of paving the way for socioeconomic equality and fighting favoritism through various programs. Our institution has decided to function similarly to a trade union in order to benefit as many workers as possible who are striving for the same goal. That is to get rid of favoritism. We established Waraynon Unified and Liberal Laborers so that the basis for worker treatment and job acceptance will solely be dependent on one's skill and talent, thus improving the quality of our workforce and ridding our system of favoritism in all of its forms.
Furthermore, our institution will assist in highlighting the importance of education in terms of social placement, in which all people should have an equal chance of obtaining employment without being hampered by nepotism and cronyism. This will urge the society to value education more and not be reliant on personal ties and relation to acquire an occupation. Our institution will help those who are victims of biased decisions of the companies, organizations, and corporations that they are a part of. We will offer to take the legal and necessary due process to tackle the issue. Our institution shall offer legal advice, demand equalities in the working conditions, and to pursue workers' fair treatment regardless of socioeconomic status. Favoritism has long been intertwined with our culture and society, regardless of how diametral it may be to the different social structures. However, our institution sees that favoritism, in all of its forms, should not be tolerated in our society in order to continue progressing holistically. Should our institution be realized, we will push for a social change that will change the values and behaviors of our workers in terms of their views on nepotism and cronyism.
Specific goals. We want to help people who are victims of nepotism, cronyism, and other forms of favoritism in their respective workplace. We also want to provide legal actions and due process, to provide equality among workers from all socioeconomic status. Lastly, provide equality among job applicants from all socioeconomic status.
First is society. Equal job opportunities and upholding the rights of employees play an important role in creating dynamic culture development in organizations. It will promote authentic collaboration and lesser discrimination and conflicts, thereby safeguarding collective success. Next is marginalized population. Our institution will uphold moral dignity and moral correctness and will pursue employers to do the same for their respective companies. This means that we will fight for the rights of those who have been unjustly overlooked and passed on due to the lack of personal connections. And with the marginalized population typically having less ties, they are more vulnerable to favoritism, nepotism, and cronyism. The third is employers and their respective organizations. Prioritizing human capital over nepotism can increase the talent pool of an organization. This means that more qualified workers which possess talents could expand potential and opportunities for growth and development, thereby increasing morale, quality of output and services, and even revenue. The last is qualified candidates or employees. By promoting work environments that have just hiring, promotion, pay and treatment, more and more employees will have the chance to advance and develop their skills and have access to resources. Consequently, if all employees were given equal opportunities that align with their capabilities and position, it will be easier to create a large, productive, and motivated pool of workers.
The programs and initiatives that we have include free legal and financial advice, symposia for workers, private forums for communicative hiring and promotional culture, collective bargaining or negotiations for better pay, and leadership and skills training programs.